The next question I'm going to ask you, and again, this comes as a result of input from the public, and you've already touched on it a little bit. Many of the ballparks that are built around the country are built with a significant infusion of public money. What exactly are you asking the public, City of Malden, to do as part of this project, if anything?
I think we've, just so folks have some understanding, and I think we've addressed some of this on the handout for you that we've already, and in the RFP, we also have addressed that question. But just to sort of reiterate, we're not looking for any contribution from the city for construction of the stadium. That puts us in the sort of 5% category compared to the rest of the country. And the reality is, in Massachusetts in these times, there is not local money to help build a stadium. That's just not part of what is fiscally possible. We are not ruling out there are state and federal programs for infrastructure, for brownfield sites, for transit-oriented development sites, that we will be seeking, looking at some of those programs. We've talked to the Treasurer Grossman's office, his chief deputy for bond efforts, and we are not looking to have something that would have the City of Malden's credit in any way involved, or MRA, but there are other bonding vehicles by which you can raise the debt money that could be done and in Massachusetts, whether through mass development or some other things. And it turns out the Treasurer Grossman's chief debt management person, actually himself, when I called and talked to him about it, he said, "You don't need to tell me about this." He said, "I was personally played myself 2 years in the Atlantic League. That's what I did when I got out of college, and played in the Atlantic League, and I think this is a great idea." And we're doing lots of talking to state folks about mechanisms, but we're not looking for any local money, and we're not looking for to have the state build this thing, but around the edges there may be ways to be helpful. I think in terms of answering this is a brownfield site. There may well be tax credits available for that. There may be federal tax credits available for the type of development we're doing here. It's a site near public transportation. There may be some financing options that are more available because of that. I think those are the kind of things we're looking at. We are looking at the idea, and we've talked to you about this, of the garages. We will be bringing significant additional revenue to that, and we're looking for some discussion about some revenue sharing on that for new business we bring, and the city makes more money, but we share in some of that. But besides that, we are not looking for, unlike the 95% of the stadiums in the country, we're not looking for the public to be obligated in any way. We also will, and we are, we'll talk about this later, but we will pay our taxes also.
I look forward to fighting with you over that share of revenue.